My dad actually retired, and so we decided to throw him this surprise afternoon tea type thing. And my mum like kept it all under wraps, and it was like she was having kittens because she was like freaking out that it was gonna go wrong, because generally that's a Tussle / McDonagh thing, that things tend to go a little bit wrong. So she was really sort of panicking about it. Turned out all fab, and I actually filmed my dad coming through the door as well as the present we got him, so I decided that I would show you guys that. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you will have seen it already. So just casually having Mowgli there, great. Yeah, if not though, it was really great. It was better than I could have hoped the reaction to go. Generally, if I write something or if I organise something and it makes my parents cry, that's when I generally know it's a success. So as bad as that sounds, that happened, as you will see. It was really good fun. It was a right laugh. My dad has worked since I can remember, certainly, but he's worked since he was in his teens. He worked as a newspaper boy, and then went on, I think the next job was at a food factory, and kind of stayed in that business ever since. So I mean, he's worked in the food industry for 33 years. That in itself is quite an achievement. I think that's incredible. I look forward to my time in work, and I wonder whether in 33 years time I'll still be in the world of journalism. I hope so. That's what I want to do. We'll have to wait and see. He has worked in that job. It's a bloody difficult job. I personally have tried it. I did it for a month, I think, like a month when I was in between uni semesters type thing, because I basically maxed out my overdraft and needed a lot of money very quickly. At the time, that was the best paying option, and it was the best route to go down. So working nights as a whole, I found incredibly difficult. I am more of a night person, but this was originally it was from 11 till 7. The job is hard, like it's labour at the end of the day, really. You are like, one of the jobs is pushing the leaf. So you have like the salads coming by, because it's what we worked on. So salads come by and you just be pushing it like that. And then the next one, push it. Next one, push it. So wasn't the easiest job in the world. I wouldn't call it like one of the worst jobs I've ever had, though. I have had worse, but it was difficult. It was a hard grind to do that job, and my dad's been doing it for 33 years, which to me is manic. Like, I couldn't imagine doing that job for 33 years. So obviously he's worked his way up. He didn't stay in the position that I was in. He eventually became a night manager, which is fantastic. And he was in charge of all the night crew. And my dad, as well as this achievement of taking doing so much and getting to a point where I think he's got the equivalent of a degree now or something, and from someone who pretty much left school when they were 13, that's mad. And his sort of ethos has always been that he wants to provide the best for his family, obviously. His family are everything to him. So there's obviously me and my little brother, and then I've got 2 older sisters. They've got children, my 4 nephews, and then there's obviously my ever-spending mother. So quite a big family, obviously. So when my dad was little, he never really had holidays or anything like that. It was all very they were kind of living week to week, and I remember he told me once that the best present he ever got for Christmas was a watch, which to me is just unfathomable. That was something we never grew up with. We never had that was what you looked forward to. So, and he hadn't been abroad until, I don't think he went abroad until the first time. Oh no, he did, he went to Amsterdam, but one of the first times that he went abroad was with us when I was 11. Certainly the first hot holiday he had was when I was 11. He basically spent his childhood not having anywhere near the sort of childhood I had, and he worked so hard to provide that childhood for us. So that to me is just incredible. So anyway, as well as all that, He is one of the happiest people I think I've ever met in my life, and the happiest people that any of my friends have met. I remember in particular one of my friends said, your dad's just always smiling, like he's just always walking along the world like he's the happiest man in the world. And he always waves and he's always really nice, and that was reflected in his work as well. So with people at work, they would, like, because I worked there, they would come and talk to me about my dad, and they'd be like, oh yeah, your dad's great and whatever. And it wasn't even just a case of that they knew, well, it's the boss's daughter, so better be nice to her. They were genuinely very much like, oh, your dad's incredible. And you know, it's kind of reflective when you see like Facebook statuses. If I were to write a Facebook status and tag my dad in it, I am more likely to get like 3-4 times the amount of likes than I would if I just posted it on my own, because he's just got that popularity there. For me, I've only had like a brief encounter into the world of being in charge of someone. It was very brief. It was very much, it was at the end of my old job. And my ethos comes from how he treats people at work. I want to be the kind of boss that my dad is. And that's what I aspire to be like. And you know, I can remember writing from when I was very little, it would say like, who do you want to be like when you grow up? And I would always put my dad. Because I do. That's just, you know, he is one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. And yeah, I just hope that he really enjoys his retirement. He's hanging out in Turkey at the minute and I'm very jealous. So anyway, enough of me chatting. This is what happened at afternoon tea.
There you go.
Hello.
It's not a dream, they are here. The balloons that come in.
So you can relax. This is what I wait for.
You're around here, Dad.
You've got to sit with your
Son?
Are you surprised?
What?
Are you surprised?
Yes. I am. I thought this was just afternoon tea that you for Mother's Day. You trousers? Are you trousers?
I said, you don't wear them, they're scruffy. Put your different trousers on. No, not those, don't wear those. It's my Mother's Day treat, just wear something.
Yeah. It's my writing though, so I feel a bit bad for you.
When?
Now. Here you go, I'm filming.
You'll retard every...
Oh, we don't need to read the front and that.
I did. Yeah, good luck. Are you reading?
Am I reading it?
Yeah.
So hi, me, Matthew and John decided to buy you something extra special to celebrate your retirement, birthday, Mother's Day. So we bought you a night away at Mercure Chester Abbots
Hotel.
With breakfast. As well as this, we have bought you both tickets for a Liverpool FC Stadium tour and Legends question and answers, with the choice of a question and answer session, autographs and photos with Phil Thompson, Phil Lead, John Mulvey, Terry McDermott, Ian, can't read that, John Aldridge. Where's John Barnes? You have a choice of when you go. It should be any time now. Since you're retired. To Dad, congratulations on everything those. Hope you can read all the writing on the left. We're so proud of you. You're the most incredible man we know.
What's that say?
Don't read mine though.
I
was left this tiny space to write.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Dad and Mum, Matthew and John.
Thank you.